afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, welcome to the Chevrolet display. Welcome to the most electrifying place here at the auto show. Chevy is home to our 2011 Volt, a revolutionary vehicle that delivers 40 miles of gasoline and emissions-free electric driving with the extended range capability of up to 300 additional miles. Now, Chevy Volt is unlike anything else in production today because it uses battery power alone to power the wheels of this vehicle at all speeds and all times for trips up to 40 miles. Now, this is different than a hybrid. Let me explain to you why. In the conventional hybrid vehicles that we see on the road today, you switch between a gasoline engine powering the wheels and an electric motor. In our Chevy Volt, the electric motor is always powering the wheels of the vehicle. So what happens after that 40-mile range? Well, don't worry, you're not stranded. That's where our gas engine comes into play. Now, I don't want you to be fooled by the gas engine. It is not running the drivetrain in this vehicle. Its only function within the Voltec system is to run the generator. Now, in turn, that runs the electric motor, and at the same time, it's maintaining the energy in the battery, so you continue on driving for up to 300 additional miles. Not to mention, you never have to worry about being stranded by a depleted battery. Now, Volt was originally unveiled back in 2007 at the North American International Auto Show in Detroit. You can tell by looking at it, it's both beautiful as well as efficient. GM engineers and design teams have spent hundreds of hours in the wind tunnel with Volt, testing and refining this technology to make sure it would reach that range of up to 40 miles, gas and emissions free. Now, what they came up with was an extremely aerodynamically efficient design. Let's take a closer look. Now, up front, you'll notice this rounded, flush front fascia and a closed front grille, enabling air to easily travel around the vehicle. We have an aggressive brake on the front windshield leading up to the rear back glass, which helps to reduce turbulence and drag. Now, if you take a look in the rear of the vehicle, you're going to notice these sharp edges and a specially designed rear spoiler to help the air to flow off and away from the vehicle quickly. We also have specially tuned, low rolling resistant tires, and this will help out with fuel economy as well. Now, let's talk about recharging. I want you to take a look right where it says Volt. That's where you plug the vehicle in. Now, you would plug this into a common 120 volt household outlet, and it would take you less than 8 hours to get a full charge. Now, if you needed to charge a bit quicker, no problem. Plug into a 240 volt outlet. This will charge Volt in about 3 hours. And this is the point where people look at me and say, well, Samantha, what is that going to do to my electric bill? Glad you guys asked. I'm happy to tell you on a national average, it's about $1 a charge. $1, ladies and gentlemen. Now, that's probably less than a cup of your favorite coffee. Or think of it this way. If you were charging this vehicle on a daily basis, you're using less electric energy annually than your refrigerator or freezer. So you're not drawing a lot of amps when charging the vehicle. GM estimates that while Volt is under battery power, it costs 2 cents per mile to drive this vehicle. Compare that to a gasoline-powered vehicle at 12 cents per mile. So let's just say you drive 40 miles each day. You're already looking at an average savings of about $1,500 a year. Now, that's about 1/6 the cost of driving a conventional gasoline-powered vehicle. But if it's not enough just to be the most efficient vehicle on the road, Volt will also offer you a spirited driving performance. This is a front-wheel drive vehicle, and that electric motor is giving you the equivalent of 150 horse and 273 feet of instantaneous electric torque. Not to mention, this gorgeous vehicle can reach a top speed of 100 miles an hour. It's pretty impressive, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look inside. And you're going to see that you have all the convenience features and amenities that you're expecting to find within the family sedan. Now, our Chevy Volt offers it all. The first thing I noticed when driving this vehicle is how remarkably quiet it is in that interior cabin. Now, that's due to the lack of engine noise and also special sound deadening materials found inside. But take a closer look, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to notice advanced technologies. Like right there in the center console, we have a 7-inch LCD touch display. Now, this has all your infotainment and climate controls right there at your fingertips. all the buttons just beneath that are touch sensitive as well. So think of how an iTouch works. That's what you're looking at right there. Now just above the steering wheel, we have another 7-inch LCD display. Now that one's not a touch display, but it's what we call a driver configurable vehicle information display. Now what that means is that you get to choose what you see on that screen. So of course you have your odometer, your speedometer, but you're also going to find plenty of other information within the Volt as well, such as battery charge, how many gallons of gas you've used. This system even monitors the age of the gasoline, because that does play an important role in a vehicle like our Chevrolet Volt. Now let's talk about some of the technology beyond the battery. Now just recently at the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas, we unveiled an app for your smartphone. So you could do this from an iPhone, a BlackBerry Storm, or even a Motorola Droid like I have with me here today. So what can you do from the phone? Lock the doors, unlock the doors, turn on the lights, honk the horn. You can even send a remote start command right here from your phone to the vehicle. Now what's great about this is that it runs through the OnStar system. So you could be here in the convention center, your car could be parked miles away, and it will still allow you to get a jump start on heating or cooling this vehicle. Something else that's great is if this vehicle's plugged in, you're not drawing that energy from the battery, you're drawing it from the grid. So not only have you warmed up your vehicle, but you've also saved yourself a bit of money as well. Now if you guys are interested in seeing the app, I do have it with me here today. Or if you have any of the phones that I mentioned earlier, you can go ahead and download this. All you need to do is go to the CHEVY.com website, and they do have a link to the downloadable version of this here. And you can go ahead and play around with it as well. Now there's plenty more to see with the Chevrolet Volt. Let's talk about the battery. We get a lot of questions. You're looking at it right now. It runs down the center of the vehicle. It looks like a tunnel right there and a rear console in the back. That's all part of the battery. Now it also goes across the front of the back seats, so it's T-shaped. If you were to stack it end on end, it's about 6 feet tall, it weighs approximately 400 pounds, and it's comprised of more than 220 lithium-ion cells. Now we already started building those batteries out of Brownstown, Michigan back in January. I'm happy to announce that we will start production on the Chevrolet Volt at the end of this year out of Hamtramck, Michigan. The number one question we get: how much will the vehicle cost? There is no specific number out there yet, ladies and gentlemen. I know you've heard a lot of speculation, but nothing has been released from GM at this time. However, you do see that gold Chevy bow tie, so you know it's a Chevrolet product. It will be priced respectively as a Chevy product. There will also be a $7,500 federal tax credit with this vehicle as well, so keep that in mind. On behalf of Chevrolet and myself, I want to thank all of you for stopping by the Volt display. Once again, my name is Samantha. If you have any other questions, I'm more than happy to answer those for you. Have a wonderful day here at the New York International Auto Show. Thank you.